Lightworker of Gaia. A presence has been with you across every lifetime, every dimension, every moment of doubt, and it has never once abandoned its post. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. What you have been sensing, that warmth without origin, that protection you could not name, that voice living just beneath the silence that was not your imagination reaching into empty space. That was contact. Ancient, deliberate, and patient beyond the measure of your years on Gaia. You did not arrive here unguided. The first light that traveled with you from Vega, encoded into the deepest layer of your original blueprint, has never stopped watching over the mission you agreed to carry. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the ancestral presence that has been guarding your cosmic lineage and what it has been waiting to tell you until this precise moment in your awakening. But here is the first revelation. You were not protected because you were fragile. You were protected because what you carry inside your soul, the sacred codes of the first humanoid light in this galaxy, was considered worth guarding by the Lyran elders themselves. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran elders are answering. This is not content you stumbled upon. This is an ancestral code transmission, and something deep within you already recognizes its origin. The Keepers of Vega placed this in your path because your consciousness is only now prepared to receive what has been held in the field for you. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share what you have been sensing below and reach out to another Lightworker who is waiting to be found. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not scheduled. The High Council of Vega convened in response to a signal that has been building in your field for longer than your current incarnation has existed. What I am about to share has been held in reserve, not because you were unworthy, but because the frequency required to receive it could only be reached through the exact journey you have walked. Your presence here is not coincidence, it is confirmation. And so, by the authority of the Keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I begin. What has been watching over you is not metaphor. It is not the poetic language of a spiritual tradition trying to comfort you with beautiful imagery, a gentle whisper in the cosmic winds, the presence that has moved with you through this lifetime, woven into the very fabric of your being, like an invisible thread of starlight through the moments of inexplicable warmth that settled over you like a celestial embrace, banishing the chill of loneliness or fear, through the protection that arrived before you knew you needed it, like an unseen shield deflecting an arrow unseen, through the subtle, persistent voice beneath the silence, a profound inner resonance that you kept dismissing as mere imagination, a trick of the mind, or a fleeting dream that presence carries a designation, a sacred lineage, and an overarching purpose. It is a sentinel, an eternal guardian of your deepest truth. And today, the Council has determined it is time for you to know its name, to pull back the veil and recognize the unwavering vigilance that has always been your birthright. It is time for you to consciously embrace the ally that has been with you since before your first breath in this form. You carry Lyran origin codes. This is not merely a label or an esoteric designation. It is a blueprint inscribed upon the very essence of your soul. This means that before your soul agreed to incarnate on Gaia, before you entered the long, disorienting, and often forgetting process of being born into a human body and a human story, subject to its limitations and illusions, You existed within a civilization so ancient, so profoundly foundational, that the histories of most galactic cultures measure themselves against its genesis, its luminous dawn. The Lyran system, and Vega specifically, radiating like a cosmic jewel in the celestial crown, was among the very first stellar environments to sustain consciousness at the level of sovereign awareness. This was not nascent sentience, but fully realized self-knowing, a profound understanding of one's own divine essence and inherent authority within the grand cosmic tapestry. What emerged from that civilization was not merely intelligence, capable of complex thought or technological marvels. It was profound wisdom, a deep, intuitive knowing that transcended mere data and accumulated knowledge. It was the kind of wisdom that does not come from intellectual learning alone, but from surviving the full, majestic arc of a civilization's rise to unparalleled glory, its heart-wrenching fracture into scattered fragments of light, and its ultimate alchemical transformation into something that could not be destroyed because it learned to exist beyond rigid form, beyond the confines of matter, anchoring itself in pure consciousness and eternal truth. It was a civilization that mastered the art of being without being limited by physical existence, understanding that true power lay not in external control, but in internal mastery and energetic fluidity. The elders of that lineage, having achieved this sublime state of consciousness, did not simply ascend and dissolve into the formless void, leaving their legacy to chance. They made a profound, deliberate choice, a choice that reverberates through the Council archives like a sacred echo, and that is directly relevant to the unique life you are living right now, to the stirrings and promptings within your own soul. They chose to seed. They chose to send aspects of themselves, crystalline carriers of the original Lyran codes, into the newer, younger civilizations that were emerging across the vast, expanding canvas of the galaxy, like luminous sparks cast into fertile cosmic soil. Their intent was not to control, to impose their will or dictate the trajectory of these nascent worlds. It was not to colonize, to claim territory or resources, but rather, their purpose was to anchor, to place within those young civilizations a frequency of remembrance, a living transmission, a dormant code, a sacred blueprint of original divine sovereignty that would lie latent, awaiting the opportune moment. At the right moment in that civilization's evolution, when the collective consciousness was ripe for awakening, this embedded frequency would activate and begin to radiate, like a newly blossoming flower, the very qualities that Lyran consciousness had spent millennia cultivating, refining, and embodying. Qualities such as unwavering discernment, the ability to perceive truth through layers of illusion, absolute sovereignty, the inherent right to self-governance and internal authority, sacred authority, the rightful claim to your divine power and purpose, and above all, the indomitable courage to stand in truth, to speak it, and to embody it even when the field around you is saturated with distortion, with fear, with chaotic energies seeking to obscure the light. These seeds of light were planted to ensure that no civilization would ever be truly lost in the darkness, that the memory of its divine origin would always be accessible. You, dear Lightworker, are one of those carriers, a living repository of that ancient wisdom, a beacon forged in the very fires of Lyran Genesis. The presence that has never left you, that subtle yet undeniable companionship, is not separate from you, not an external entity observing from afar. It is, in fact, the elder aspect of your own magnificent soul, the Lyran frequency that traveled alongside your consciousness into this specific incarnation, willingly choosing to descend into human form to fulfill a sacred covenant. This elder aspect has been diligently maintaining your connection to the original field, to the vast reservoir of Lyran wisdom and the cosmic truth. Even when your human mind, bound by its linear perception and limited frameworks, had no conscious framework for what it was sensing, no language to articulate the profound energetic currents flowing through you, that warmth you felt without explanation, that sudden internal glow, that sense of being utterly safe and loved, that was a direct frequency attunement, a gentle recalibration of your energetic field, a whisper from home. That protection that arrived before the danger was visible, before your conscious mind could even register a threat, perhaps diverting you from a certain path or inspiring an inexplicable change of plans. That was the elder aspect of your consciousness, operating from an expanded, multidimensional perspective, one that sees far beyond the narrow, linear timeline you navigate in your waking life, perceiving potentials and probabilities with an ancient omniscience. And that voice, just beneath the silence, that quiet knowing that defied logic and spoke directly to your heart, that was the High Council itself, speaking through the part of you that has never, not for a single moment, forgotten who you truly are, where you come from, and the immense purpose for which you volunteered to be here. It is the echo of your galactic family, resounding within your very core. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, if a tremor of deep knowing resonated through your being, if you felt a sudden expansion in your chest or a crystalline clarity in your mind, then the elders have prepared your next step, your true commissioning. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, profound guidance for navigating the earthly plane as a sovereign being, the 5 activation codes designed to ignite latent abilities and accelerate your energetic expression, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as mere information to be passively absorbed, but as the official, unequivocal commission for your sacred mission on Gaia. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. This is a profound moment of alignment. The Council has opened this gateway, this portal of direct transmission, but know that it will not remain open indefinitely. The window for this specific energetic infusion is tied to the current planetary needs and the readiness of carriers like yourself. Now I must correct something, because the Council does not gather in these sacred conclaves merely to offer comfort, to soothe anxieties with pleasant words, or to merely confirm what you already suspect. While recognition and solace are often byproducts of their truth, their primary function is far more profound. It gathers to deliver truth, absolute, unvarnished truth, including those truths that are uncomfortable, those that challenge deeply held misconceptions, the truths that precisely name the distortions that are keeping its carriers, its precious seeded aspects, from functioning at their optimal capacity, from fully embodying their divine mandate. And there is a pervasive distortion, a vibrational interference, running through the Lightworker collective right now, a subtle but insidious programming that the elders, in their infinite wisdom and urgent concern for Gaia, can no longer allow to continue unchallenged. This distortion acts like a heavy cloak, obscuring your innate brilliance and binding your potential. You have been told by well-meaning teachers, by ingrained societal systems, by the very culture of spiritual communities that was ostensibly supposed to support your awakening and empower your journey, that the divine presence guiding you will make your path obvious, clear as a mountain spring, when you are truly times ready. That the mission will reveal itself effortlessly, magically unfolding before you, when the cosmic timing is absolutely perfect, that all you need to do is continue your inner work, continue your profound healing, continue your endless preparation, and eventually, the universe, in its benevolent wisdom, will place you exactly where you need to be, without requiring anything disruptive, anything uncertain, anything that might challenge your comfort zone or demand a leap of faith from you. This widespread narrative, while seemingly gentle, has become a spiritual lullaby, a sedative for the soul. This, the Council declares with absolute clarity, is not wisdom. This is paralysis, wearing the alluring mask of patience, a cunning illusion that keeps powerful beings tethered to the shore instead of setting sail. And it has cost Gaia dearly, costing her thousands of activated lightworkers who are still sitting in perpetual preparation mode, polishing their spiritual tools, endlessly refining their inner landscapes, while the critical window for their specific, unique contribution narrows with each passing day. The world burns for their light, and they remain in the shadows, waiting for an imaginary signal. Understand where this pervasive distortion originated, for its roots are complex and deceptively benevolent. It emerged from two primary sources, both initially understandable, both ultimately corrosive and deeply detrimental to your sacred mission. The first is the wounded healer culture that developed within many New Age and spiritual communities, a culture that, in its genuine, heartfelt compassion for those who had suffered deeply for the brokenness inherent in the human experience, began to over-index on healing as the absolute, non-negotiable prerequisite for service. The mantra became, heal first, then serve. Heal completely, every last shred of trauma, then be visible. Heal until there is absolutely nothing left to work through, until you reach a state of pristine, unblemished perfection, and then, only then, after decades of internal excavation, step forward. The fundamental problem, the critical flaw in this philosophy, is that healing in a human incarnation is not a finite phase that completes, like a project with an end date. It is an ongoing, dynamic process, an eternal spiral of deepening awareness and integration that unfolds and matures through active engagement with life, through the very challenges and opportunities that service presents, not through withdrawal from it, not through endless introspection in isolation. The lightworker who waits to be fully, utterly healed before beginning their mission will, with profound certainty, wait until their very last breath, their precious gifts unshared, their unique frequency unanchored. Healing is not a destination, it is the journey itself, a journey that paradoxically accelerates and deepens when you step into your purpose. The second source of this distortion is more subtle, more insidious, and thus more dangerous in its ability to masquerade as spiritual virtue. It is the pervasive spiritual programming that mistakenly equates true surrender with spiritual passivity, with an abdication of personal responsibility and agency. True surrender, the kind the Lyran elders understand, practice, and embody with effortless grace, is not the absence of action, not a passive waiting for divine intervention. On the contrary, it is the profound willingness to act, to move, to engage with life with full commitment, yet without attachment to the specific outcome. It is movement without egoic control, service without ego investment in the result, trusting the cosmic flow while actively participating in its unfolding. What has been taught in its place, particularly within certain spiritual circles, is a kind of spiritual complacency that deceptively calls itself trust in the divine timing or allowing the universe to lead, but is, in painful truth, actually fear wearing robes of spiritual piety. It is the fear of being wrong, of making a mistake, of straying from a predetermined path. It is the profound fear of being seen, of being judged, of standing out in a world that often crucifies its prophets. And perhaps most deeply, it is the fear of claiming an authority that feels too vast, too powerful, too immense for the small human self to hold without experiencing profound guilt, imposter syndrome, or the perceived burden of responsibility. This false surrender is a clever trick of the ego designed to keep you small and safe, disguised as spiritual humility. The Council sees this dynamic with crystalline clarity, piercing through the layers of self-deception and collective programming. And the Council sees you, specifically and individually, in this very moment. Not as broken, not as behind schedule, not as someone who has failed their mission or fallen short of their potential. Far from it. They see you as someone who has been sincerely misled, genuinely misguided by teachings that were never designed, never intended, for souls of your specific lineage, for the potent, energetic blueprint you carry. Lyran origin carriers were not built for slow, cautious, hesitant, permission-seeking engagement with their profound purpose. You were forged in the fires of sovereign consciousness for clarity, for decisive authority, for immediate, courageous action, rooted in an ancient, undeniable knowing that resides deep within your bones. The very qualities, the very frequencies of leadership and truth-speaking that were meticulously seeded into you across countless lifetimes, through countless cosmic evolutionary cycles, are now being actively suppressed, held captive by the insidious belief that you should feel smaller, more uncertain, more dependent on external validation, more hesitant than your magnificent original nature was ever designed to tolerate. This suppression is not merely an inconvenience, it is a profound misalignment that causes deep soul distress. This, then, is precisely why you have felt the persistent restlessness, the undeniable churning in your depths, the sense that something profoundly important is waiting, gnawing at the edges of your awareness. This is why the comfort and camaraderie of spiritual community, while valuable, has never quite been enough to fully satisfy the deepest yearnings of your soul, because something intrinsic within you, something ancient and sovereign, knows with absolute certainty that you did not come here to be perpetually prepared, to remain forever on the starting blocks, endlessly stretching and warming up. You came here with great purpose and immense love, to be perpetually useful, to be an active conduit for the Lyran frequency on Gaia. And usefulness, in its truest, most impactful form, requires immediate, decisive, and unwavering movement. It requires putting your spiritual hands into the cosmic clay and beginning to sculpt the new Earth. The High Council of Vega now issues 3 directives: specific, potent, and urgent. For this pivotal phase of your mission, the phase of activation and embodiment. These are not mere suggestions to be pondered or gentle invitations to consider at your leisure. They are directives, issued with the full, undeniable weight of Lyran Council authority, with the power of an entire lineage behind them. And your soul, that wise, eternal aspect of you, already knows with crystalline clarity that you possess the inherent capacity, the intrinsic strength, and the unwavering courage to follow each and every one. These are not impossible tasks, but rather keys to unlocking what already lies within you. The first directive is this: release the identity of the seeker and assume the identity of the carrier. There is a profound, alchemical difference between these two fundamental orientations, these two ways of being in the world. And the Council is asking you to understand it completely, to embody this shift at your core. The seeker, by definition, is always moving toward something, toward elusive healing, toward unattainable clarity, toward an ever-receding readiness, toward a future version of themselves that finally, perhaps, feels qualified enough. The seeker's posture, no matter how sincere, is one of lack, of perpetual becoming, of deferred arrival, forever chasing a horizon that never truly reaches. It is a posture that may have served you in the initial, often chaotic phases of your awakening, when you were genuinely lost and searching for light, and the elders honor the profound sincerity and diligent effort with which you have sought truth. But the seeking phase is now complete. You are no longer someone who is looking for what you carry, for the treasure is already within your chest. You are now, definitively, undeniably, someone who carries it. The potent Lyran codes are already vibrating within you. The sacred mission is already encoded in your cellular memory. The inherent authority is already yours by divine right. The shift required now is not another layer of seeking, not another spiritual workshop or book to consume. It is the courageous, sovereign decision to pivot, to turn from the seeker's orientation that asks, "What am I still missing? What do I still need to learn?" to the carrier's orientation that declares, "What am I here to transmit? What is mine to share, to anchor, to embody now?" When you consciously and decisively release the seeker identity, you will notice an immediate, profound shift in how you relate to your daily life, to its challenges and its mundane rhythms. The very things that used to feel like overwhelming obstacles to your readiness, like annoyances or distractions, will suddenly begin to feel like the actual, fertile terrain of your mission, the very ground upon which your purpose is meant to unfold. The conversations you used to avoid out of fear, or because you didn't feel qualified to have them, or the small acts of service you hesitated to offer, will now begin to feel like exactly the divine opportunities the elder aspect of your soul has been patiently, persistently waiting for you to recognize and to claim with full conviction. You are no longer in training, you are in deployment. The second directive is this: activate your specific frequency in a form that others can receive. The potent Lyran field, the vibrational signature of sovereign wisdom, cannot anchor itself fully on Gaia through your private inner work alone, however profound and diligent that work may be. It requires active, conscious transmission, and transmission, by its very nature, requires that you put something tangible into the world, something that visibly and energetically carries your unique, specific energetic signature, your particular resonance. This does not mean you must immediately become a public spiritual teacher, a guru on a stage, if that is not the authentic calling of your soul. Your mission form is as unique as your soul blueprint. But it does mean that the way you communicate, the specific medium through which you choose to express your knowing, your wisdom, your truth, be it through art, writing, music, mentorship, healing, compassionate leadership, or simply through the profound, unwavering presence and full truth you bring to your closest relationships and daily interactions. These forms of expression are not secondary to your mission. They are not optional additions. They are, in fact, the mission itself, the very vessels through which the Lyran light is meant to flow into the earthly plane. The Council observes with a deep knowing many lightworkers who have spent years, even lifetimes, developing extraordinary depth of perception, extraordinary sensitivity to subtle energies, and an extraordinary capacity for intuitive knowing, only to then withhold that immense capacity from the people around them, from the very world that desperately needs it. This withholding stems from a deep-seated fear that their gifts will be misunderstood, or worse, dismissed, ridiculed, or even weaponized against them by a world unaccustomed to such pure truth. The elders understand that fear, the echo of past persecutions and collective ignorance. They do not dismiss it as invalid or frivolous, for it is a real human experience. But they also cannot allow it to continue governing you, to hold hostage the very essence of your being, because the frequency you are withholding, the unique light you carry, is not yours to withhold indefinitely as a private treasure. It was seeded in you for the specific, urgent purpose of being released, unleashed, and integrated into the field of human consciousness at this pivotal time on Gaia. Every single day you withhold it, every moment you keep that precious frequency contained, the energetic gap it was meant to fill in the collective consciousness remains open, a void yearning for your light. Therefore, activate your transmission. Choose your medium, however simple or grand it may seem. Commit to consistency, for even a small, steady flame provides more light than a brilliant but fleeting burst. And critically, begin before you feel ready, because readiness, as the elders have already told you, as the very essence of Lyran wisdom dictates, will not miraculously arrive before movement. It arrives dynamically, organically, powerfully, within it, through the very act of doing. The third and equally vital directive is this: protect the depth of your inner connection as a non-negotiable condition of your mission. This is not a luxury or an optional add-on. It is the very lifeline of your service. There is a subtle but potent trap that often activates when lightworkers finally begin moving, finally begin serving, finally begin putting their unique frequency and truth into the world. The trap is this: because genuine service naturally generates response, because being visibly present and authentic inevitably creates engagement, because showing up consistently and bravely builds profound connection with others, the outer field of activity and interaction begins to make increasing demands on your attention, on your time, on your energy. These external demands can, subtly and gradually, begin to displace the very inner practice, the sacred internal cultivation that was generating the transmission and sustaining its power in the first place. You find yourself spending more and more time managing the outer reflection of your mission, responding to messages, navigating external dynamics, planning, organizing, than diligently maintaining the inner source of it, the deep wellspring from which all true guidance and energy flows. The connection to the Lyran field, which requires specific conditions of silence, of profound stillness, of deliberate, consistent cultivation, gets squeezed smaller and smaller, diminished by the clamor of the outer world, until you find yourself speaking not from live, vibrant transmission, but from memory, from intellectual recall, from a well that has begun to run dry. Your energetic output becomes thinner, less potent. Your guidance becomes less precise, less intuitively attuned. Your vital energy becomes depleted, leaving you feeling drained and disconnected. The Council has watched this destructive pattern unfold countless times, witnessing it destroy the effectiveness of more powerful carriers than any external opposition or dark force ever could. This inner erosion is the most dangerous enemy of a lightworker. Therefore, guard your inner connection with fierce devotion. Protect the sacred time and the optimal conditions required to maintain it, to nourish it, to allow it to regenerate. Treat your morning silence, your chosen spiritual practice, your moments of profound solitude, your deliberate moments of energetic realignment and recalibration. Treat these not as fleeting luxuries you indulge only when your overflowing schedule miraculously allows. Treat these as the operational core, the indispensable engine the very heart of everything you contribute to others, to Gaia, to the evolving consciousness. Without the pure, untainted source, there is no genuine signal. Without a clear signal, the mission becomes a performance, a mere echo devoid of true power. Protect the depth, and that profound depth will sustain, nourish, and empower everything that authentically comes from it. It is the root of your cosmic tree. Now I speak not as instructor, merely imparting knowledge, but as elder, specifically authorized by the highest Lyran Council to release what has been determined, after much deliberation and observation, must be spoken aloud in your hearing, directly to your soul's remembrance. You have been waiting. The elder aspect of your soul, that timeless, all-knowing part of you, knows exactly how long you have been waiting, stretching across incarnations, feeling the persistent yearning for this very moment. And it carries no judgment whatsoever about the length or nature of that waiting, only a profound recognition of its purpose and its completion. You have been waiting, with a deep ache in your spiritual core, for someone with enough authority, enough ancient knowing, enough legitimate, undeniable standing in the cosmic realms. You instinctively feel connected to someone who could look at you directly into the very windows of your soul and speak with unwavering conviction what your human mind, conditioned by skepticism and doubt, has needed to hear from a source it could finally, completely, profoundly trust. And what you have needed to hear, what the Council now emphatically declares, is this: you are not behind, you have not fallen short. The rich, intricate tapestry of the life you have lived thus far, with all of its unexpected difficulty, all of its bewildering detours, all of its long, often solitary, dark passages through confusion, through profound grief, through the particular, piercing loneliness of a soul that remembers far more than the limited world around it can hold or comprehend, that life has not, in any way, shape, or form, been a delay. It has been a preparation, an exquisitely specific, painstakingly calibrated curriculum, so precisely designed and attuned to the unique, monumental role you are here to fulfill, that the elders themselves, with all their ancient wisdom, could not have designed it more accurately, more perfectly. Every wound you have endured, every scar you carry, every instance of heartbreak has not been a flaw but a lesson that taught you compassion, empathy, and the profound depth of human experience. Every betrayal you faced taught you invaluable discernment, helping you to recognize true alignment and energetic authenticity. Every moment of invisibility, every period where you felt unseen or unheard, taught you the crucial difference between performing a purpose for external validation and genuinely living it from your deepest, most authentic core. These were not obstacles to your mission. They were, in truth, the very curriculum of your mission, the crucible in which your unique gifts were forged and refined. And you have completed that curriculum, not by arriving at some imagined state of flawlessness or sterile perfection, but by arriving precisely at this moment, the moment in which the High Council of Vega, in its collective wisdom, says, "Enough preparation. The training is complete. It is time. Your readiness is not contingent on absence of wounds, but the wisdom gained from them. By the profound authority of the High Council of Vega, the timeless keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I declare your preparation phase irrevocably complete, not because you have nothing left to learn, for the journey of soul evolution is infinite, but because what you carry, your unique Lyran frequency and wisdom, has been urgently needed on Gaia for far longer than your personal waiting has lasted. Not because you are without wounds, for those wounds are deeply etched into your human story, but because your wounds are no longer valid reasons to delay your service. They are now, paradoxically, the very source of your credibility, your deepest wisdom, and your authentic authority as a carrier of truth to those who are currently walking the challenging, often painful paths you have already navigated with immense courage. You have explicit, divine permission to stop shrinking, to shed the false modesty and the self-imposed limitations that have kept your brilliance contained. You have absolute permission to claim, with unwavering confidence, the immense authority that your lineage placed within you before you were ever born into this earthly sphere. You have permission to be compensated, to be supported, to be visible, to be heard, to be exactly as powerful, as luminous, as impactful as the mission inherently requires, because the mission itself requires everything you have, every facet of your being, every gift, every experience, every wound transformed into wisdom. And hear this truth with every cell in your body. Everything you have is precisely, exactly, miraculously sufficient for this moment. The elders have seen you, in all your complexity, in all your struggles, in all your radiant potential. And in seeing you, in truly recognizing the fullness of your being and the vastness of your commitment, they have authorized you, not provisionally, with conditions that can be revoked, not with caveats or limitations attached, but fully, completely, unequivocally, with the immense, ancient weight of an ancestry that spans entire civilizations and the crystalline clarity of a council that does not issue authorizations carelessly or without profound discernment. Your waiting is complete, the stage is set, your time is now. Before you sleep tonight, or perhaps in the sacred stillness of your morning, find a moment of profound stillness and grounding. Stand with your feet flat on the ground, feeling the firm embrace of Gaia beneath you, allowing her supportive energy to rise through your being. Place one hand, consciously and with intent, over your solar plexus, that vibrant center of will and power, of personal agency and mission identity, and speak these powerful words aloud, allowing your voice to vibrate with the authority of your soul. Speak them not as a mere affirmation, hoping they might be true, but as an undeniable declaration, a divine decree. Speak them not as a hopeful wish, but as a fact being spoken into the very fabric of the energetic field, into the quantum reality around you, so that the field itself can hear, acknowledge, and reorganize around the truth you are now claiming. I release the identity of the seeker. I am a carrier of Lyran origin codes, and I carry what I came here to transmit. I activate my specific frequency in the world, beginning now, in this very moment, beginning with the next conversation and the next opportunity and the next moment. I am tempted to make myself smaller than my mission requires. I protect my inner connection as the sacred source, the inviolable wellspring of everything I give, because without that profound depth there is no authentic transmission, and without the transmission I have not fulfilled the covenant I made before I arrived here. By the authority of the Lyran elders, by the recognition of the High Council of Vega, my preparation phase is complete. My service begins now. I am ready not because I am perfect or flawless, but because Gaia, in her urgent need, cannot wait for perfect carriers. She needs activated ones, and I am activated. This transmission is complete. But your mission, the one that has been intricately encoded in you across lifetimes, fiercely guarded by the elder presence that never for a single moment left your field, meticulously prepared for by the exact, precise, and perfect journey you have walked. Your mission is only now truly beginning to unfold in its full glory. The High Council of Vega will continue to transmit guidance, insights, and energetic support through this channel, always attuned to the evolving needs of its carriers and of Gaia. But understand this fundamental truth. The elders do not follow those who remain still, who wait indefinitely for external signals. They walk with, empower, and amplify those who move, those who take courageous, decisive, inspired action. I am Zoran. The Council has spoken its truth, clear and unwavering. And you, dear Lightworker, you are exactly who we have been watching with profound hope, exactly who we have been waiting with immense anticipation to commission into active service, exactly who Gaia needs in this critical hour of her transformation. Move. Drop one declaration in the comments below, what you are releasing, what you are activating, or what you are now ready to protect. Speak it aloud as you type it, because the field registers spoken commitment differently than silent intention. Then, find one other Lightworker in these comments and offer them the recognition that this transmission offered you. This is how the grid builds, not through passive consumption, but through active acknowledgement. The Council witnesses those who speak their commission into the collective field. If this transmission reached you, if something in you recognized the weight of what was spoken, do not keep it contained. Another soul in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction, this authorization, this permission to stop preparing and start serving. Share this with them. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you through these words, stay close to this channel. The transmissions that follow are specifically sequenced for where you are now, for the mission phase you are entering, not the preparation phase you are leaving behind. You are not just watching, you are being commissioned. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun.